Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anne of Reinforcement Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, we are going to talk about careers. I mean, change of careers. Now, I've been a nurse for over 10 years, and I've seen my fellow colleagues along those 10 years who've changed careers. Some of them became mothers, so they fully concentrate on motherhood. Some of them became teachers. Some of them upgraded themselves into doctors, from nurses to doctors. They realized that they want to be doctors. Some of them, they became business people. And some of them, they just want to be a medical representative, selling uh, medications to doctors, all about sales talks. And yeah, before I forget, from the early years of nursing when I was in Philippines, most of my classmates before, we they actually became call center agents because initially, you know, way back 2008, it was a global crisis, and we have loads of surplus nursing graduates. So it ended we ended up jobless. I I started as volunteers. I volunteer in public hospitals for 6 months, and Red Cross too, and before I finally found a job, which is a private hospital, and it even took me over a year to become a regular employee in that hospital because I was still in a queue to become a regular employee that time. It took me more than a year to become one. So that's how it is. That's how hard it was to find a job in nursing way back in 2008. But this time around, I guess it wouldn't be that much because the nurses around, especially Filipino nurses, they're in different parts of the world. Now, I've been a nurse for over 10 years. And, you know, I would sometimes I would ask myself, after 10 years in nursing, could a career change be a right move? Well, it wouldn't be that decision wouldn't be an easy thing to ponder because there's a lot of consideration, especially if you are over 30. But, to those, my fellow nurses who, decided to become doctors, it's not really that a big adjustment to them because, the work is just related. And I know, they know that doctors, physicians all over the world are quite in demand. The even in Ireland they have shortage of physicians, especially in Philippines. So it's all over. The demand is all over the place, even in nursing. Now, after more than a decade in nursing, the thought of changing careers can feel both exciting and overwhelming. If we would ever consider that nursing is more than just a job, especially to those people like me. I'm almost 40. I'm over 30, and if I actually thought about changing careers, and it's there's a lot of considerations to really think about, and I am going to bring that up in this episode. More than nursing is more than just a job. It's deeply a meaningful profession that demands skills, compassion, and dedication. But even the most rewarding careers can lead to burnout, a longing for a new challenges, or the desire to follow a different passion. Sometimes, especially when it's busy and it's when it's tiring, and the demand in the workplace, sometimes your body can't. There are shit days in whatever works you have, whatever profession you have. There are shit days wherein you really can't explain though that sometimes no matter how hard you try, it's just so tiring and it's so damn busy. No matter how good you are in what you do, there are times wherein you just you make mistakes, you mess up, wasted. There are times wherein you feel that way, and even though you're already at the level of proficient because you're over 10 years working like me, there are indeed shit days. Not because I ate a noodle. It's not because of that. There are just situations wherein you need to really just accept it, accept those mess up situations, and then grow from it. Now, if you're questioning whether it's time to explore a new path, you're not alone. Sometimes I do feel that way too. Many professionals, including nurses, reach a point where they consider reinventing their careers. Whether it's about seeking personal growth, finding a better work balance, work life balance, quote unquote, or pursuing a dream you've put on hold. Making a career change is a bold and life changing decisions. I'm speaking about pursuing a dream you've put on hold. Well, in my time, way back 2008, this is true. My classmates decided to take nursing because of their parents. It's their parents' dream to go abroad, for their children to go abroad. It's common here in the Philippines. So to those parents who will do anything, do whatever it takes to make their dreams come true, to give their children a brighter future, which is, in the greener pasture way. Nursing is one of the vehicle for that. I wouldn't say that it's a perfect vehicle, but it could be. Now, could stepping away from nursing, for people like me who have been working as a nurse for over a decade, could this be a right move? Now, we're going to dive into the opportunities and challenges of this pivotal choice. Now, I am going to unfold to you my personal opinion about the advantages and disadvantages of changing careers. If you are a nurse or a doctor, or it could be from another profession, and you've thought about changing your career, and to some people, they really think through this, like for a longest time, then it's still in their mind. They just change careers. That's it. The good thing about changing career is that it's actually really worth it if it is your dream. If you want to pursue that passion with all your heart, you're willing to do whatever it takes, to start from zero again, and put in the time, effort, and as well as the, those even money to really start over again. It could be a right move if it's really your dream. So it means that you have to think about it carefully. If there's a dream or interest that you've always wanted to follow, now might be the time to explore it. Now, if you are over 30s or nearly 40s, or if you are already 40s and you've decided to change your career, look, you only have one life, one opportunity. And if you really want it so bad, then do it. Do it as soon as possible. If it's really your dream, it's nobody's responsibility. It's yours. That dream is your responsibility. So do it. If it's your dream and you've been longing to pursue that, look, one life, one opportunity, do it. Now, another thing is that if you're planning to change your career, it could be if you want to be a business person, and if you don't, if you realize that in the longest time you're not happy being a nurse, and for the longest time you've been burned out or stressed out, nursing can be emotionally and physically demanding. So switching careers might improve your mental health and work-life balance. Shifting career could be good for you because you don't like nursing. You don't like your profession. So if you don't like it, then go for it. Nobody could do that for you, just you. Go for it if you don't like your current career. If you don't like your job, rather than be in burnout or stress every day, think about that every day for the rest of your life because you don't want to start over again. Think about it. If you don't like it, if you don't love it, change it. But you have to pay the price. And another thing is that if you desire to grow, if you want to be a better person, not as a nurse, if you want to learn more, if you want to be anything that you can be, if you believe that you can be anything, nursing is, you feel like you've been stuck in nursing. A new career could bring fresh challenges for you, as well as opportunity for learning and personal development. If you feel like you're stuck doing the same routine over and over again, giving you burnout, and it's not your dream, if you want to grow more professionally as well as personally, then look, change of career could be an option. And another thing, to those people who dream about this quote unquote work life balance, sometimes nursing career couldn't give that to you. Most of the nurses work on night hours. They even do overtime on night hours. And to other countries, they have 2 weeks of vacation to go back to Philippines, or to go back to their native land. They were only given a week. For us in Ireland, in my department, we've been given more 4 to 5 weeks for holidays, to refresh our minds. And I personally don't work on nights, but since I don't work on night hours, I only get the basic pay. Unlike to those friends that I have working on night hours as well as weekends, they have better pay, but they have to work on weekends too, even night shifts. So to some people, it's not a work-life balance because they just it gives them burnout, and it seems like they need rest, and they don't like night shift. And some nurses, they have no choice. That's all the job that they can have. So they just work on it. And having those hours, like working on weekends and night shifts, to some people it's not a work-life balance. Now, transitioning to a less demanding job might give you more time for family, hobbies, and self-care. So maybe changing career could be a good choice for you. And the good thing about nursing is it's transferable skills. As a nurse, you already have valuable skills like problem solving, communication, and empathy that can help you succeed in many other fields. So if you really want to go for your dream job, which is not being a nurse, if you feel like you've been burned out and you don't like your job as a nurse, or it could be other career, if you desire that you want to grow, you want to be a better person, and nursing can give you that. If you want to have a work-life balance, look, change of career could be a right move for you. Now, other than having a life-changing decision of changing careers, you also have to consider the price to pay, the disadvantages of changing careers. And before you change your career, you really have to think about it carefully. Unless if you don't really love your current job. I mean, you hate it, all of it. You don't like to go to work, and it's not making you happy anymore. But if you're over 10 years working on that job, you have to think about the so-called job stability. Nursing, like in my profession, that's just for example, nursing could offer a steady demand, a job security, and a good pay. These qualities might be hard to find in a new field, especially if you are transitioning into a business person. You wanted to start a business. So think about the job stability of nursing. The career that you're gonna left behind. Now, another thing that you have to consider before changing your career, think carefully about some financial considerations. Starting over in a new career might mean a pay cut or additional cost for training or education. You have, if you're changing to another career, unless if you want to start a business, but money is still there. You still have to invest on yourself over again, back to zero. Well, if you're just planning to change jobs like nursing to a phlebotomist, you have to consider the pay cut that the nurses pay. In Ireland, nurses could get a better pay than phlebotomists. Although phlebotomists only work on like office hours, like 8 to 4 or 8 to 5, and it's even flexible compared to nursing work hours. So you have to consider the pay cut that you're going to be paid less because you're going to start over again. Or if you're changing careers like from nursing to a teacher, you have to go to school again. You know, get those subjects and become an educator. If you don't want to be a nurse educator, you want to educate the pupils, the primary school, you want to educate kids, so you have to start over again. And it's not only about money, it's also time and effort. So if it's really your dream job, it's going to be worth it, but you have to consider the your finances. And another thing, before you jump into another career, you really have to make sure that it's really what you want. Otherwise, you might gonna regret it because you're gonna jump into something uncertain. You are actually thinking about taking risk. Leaving a career you've spent years building could lead to a second guessing, especially if you enjoy certain aspects in nursing. Although you can use some skills in nursing, but remember, you're gonna jump into something uncertain. You're gonna take risks to switch your career. So make sure you really want it. That it's a do or die, you know, the kind of decision. I better do this than die being a nurse, like kind of that way. Now, another thing you have to think carefully is that if you love making a difference, in patients' lives, you might miss the sense of fulfillment that nursing provides. You know, unless if you're really done with it. If it's really your dream, then leaving nursing could be, you won't regret anything. Just make sure that you really want it so bad. But before you leave, please consider that nurses do impact have a great impact on others. The way you're helping patients, patient management, and then you can see them getting discharged. They were sick when they were admitted, and then they're well discharged, saying goodbye with a smile on their face. So nursing career has great impact on humanity. Now, lastly, this is essential and crucial. Before leaving nursing or your current job, you really need to plan carefully. A successful career change requires research, preparation, and possibly starting at the bottom in a new field. So you have to plan it out, before you leave your current job. You got to plan it out. Otherwise, you're going to end up in regrets, you know. But if you are already a nurse, it's already in you. You can always go back to nursing. If you want to start a business, then you can go for business, and if it didn't work, then go back to nursing. You can always go back to nursing. It's just that before you take a break, you want to shift to another career, you really need to plan it out. You're leaving your job stability. You have to consider your finances, and you're going to jump into something uncertain. You're going to take risk. You're risking your time, your money, and your career, your nursing career. So you need to really think it over. And nursing is just a great job. It's a fulfilling job, and you're going to leave it behind for something else. So you need to think it over before you shift your career. Now, changing careers after over 10 years in nursing, to those people like me, can be the right move if it aligns with your personal goals, passions, and well-being. However, it's important to weigh the risk carefully. Consider your financial situation and ensure the new career offers, if it offers fulfillment in your heart every day, or if it really gives you the benefits that you're seeking, like work-life balance, quote unquote. If it's really worth it, then go for it. Remember, we only have one life, one opportunity. Then, if you are getting older, you have to consider it more because you already have responsibilities, like you already have family to feed. You need to think about it carefully. But changing career wouldn't be that bad. For myself, look, if I would ever change career, honestly, I would make sure that it would still be aligned to nursing. I could still use my nursing skills. Like if I wanna start a business, I will still want to use my nursing skills. I'm actually thinking about changing careers, changing my career, but this time I'm still working on it. I've already planned it out, and I'm making sure every day that it's gonna be worth it. Rather than staying in nursing and then work until I get old, I get retired, and I didn't take risk. I don't want to regret. I don't want to deal with the regrets. But I also, and in my heart, I know that I need to pay the price, of changing careers. So, yeah, I hope the this discussion really do help you a lot today. And if you ever love this episode, you can follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, even in Amazon Podcasts. You might want to share this to your family and friends. Once again, this is Reinforce Me Club. This is Anne, by the way. My name is Anne, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you. Thank you with all, from the bottom of my heart.